Hi everyone, it's Elizabeth J with an S, and I wanted to give you an update on week 3. Um, First of all, I was able to move, and so I'm coming to you from the new place, which is still in a bit of upheaval, but slowly we're getting things the way we want them. So just to give you an update on sort of the state of the nation, as of yesterday, there were 126 cases of positive coronavirus, coronavirus patients, and I think it was like 4 or 5 people who had succumbed to the illness. Now, those numbers may seem small comparatively to other bigger countries, but let's just remember that the population is smaller as well. So, this is quite a cause for concern because the transmission is now at the community level. So it's not just individuals who are positive that have come from other places. It's now some individuals were in contact with other individuals and they also have become positive. So, yeah. So basically, the country is in a state of what they're calling social distancing and isolation. There's still a curfew at 7 p.m. to 5 a.m., but things are running slower than usual, but things are still running. They now have suggested that everyone wear masks when they go out into public areas. So I have my mask that I've made from what's called Lesso material. Basically, this is 100% cotton. It's double-sided, so it has 2 pieces of the cotton with the gathers, and then elastic to go around the ears. So this is the front. Fits on like this. And so, yeah. I know that these masks probably can't really prevent the virus, but it's safer if everybody is wearing a mask, so that way droplets of moisture from coughing and sneezing don't get out into the public. So anyway, I'm making them and giving away, just to give away. And so yeah, so they are mass producing a bunch of PPE, which I've learned is personal protective equipment utilized by hospitals and other healthcare workers. So like the suits and the masks and even the ventilators. So this, this virus has really caused countries to kind of be self-sustainable rather than importing things. Obviously there's a shortage of those things. So, yeah, so I can say that that's a positive step. People still are not quite on board with all of these directives, I have to say. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the coming weeks. I think they expect the numbers to grow exponentially at this point, just because that's just the trend of the virus, and the way that the community populations are reacting to the directives. So while I will be on term break for the next 2 weeks, which I'm so thankful for, the school is anticipating that we actually won't reopen probably for the remainder of the last term. So that means we won't have like prom, we won't have graduation, we won't have our prize giving day, all of those things, unless some miraculous thing happens. Basically for me, I'm just feeling a bit tired, but I think part of that is because of the move and arranging things every day. But And we were told, to kind of stay off social media and stay off computers because we've been on them all day for the past 3 weeks. But in all honesty, I want to do my planning, my virtual planning, because, I've not done this before. So I really need to figure out how best to teach new material to the students, because that's where we're actually going to have to go. So previously, I was trying to do a bit of revision to see like where we were going to go next with this. But I'm going to have to teach new material. So it's uncharted waters for me. And so I really want to have some good plans in place. Now, for my exam candidates, they've decided to take advantage of the block of time that the exam board has given us to actually do our own internal assessments, and they're figuring out different apps that will help us do that online. So I'm just waiting to hear how that's going to work. But I really am looking forward to the next 2 weeks of just getting the house together, doing my own things, which I kind of had to put to the side in the chaos of going from Sunday night into Monday, just overnight virtual learning. So yeah. So that's kind of how week 3 is going. The situation's not getting better. It's not getting like intensely worse, which I'm thankful for. We've not been able to really go do any social things, like our home fellowship. Obviously, we're not doing that, so we're Zooming. And so there's a lot of like distractions with that, like if the internet doesn't work or if someone's mute isn't on. And so, yeah, just, the things that distract you. Yeah, and then just kind of like the plans that I had for July, I'm kind of concerned about, like, will I be able to travel back to the US? I had things that I needed to do. So now I'm thinking, will I be able to do them or not? I don't know. So there's like that frustration and concern as well. And also you think about like your people, are they safe? Are they doing the right things? You're not there with them to make sure that they're doing the right things, especially your parents. So yeah, so that's basically how things stand at the end of week 3. We'll see how things go as life moves forward in the next week. And I'll know more about what's going to happen with school over the next 2 weeks. I think if the numbers really climb, we'll have a scary situation. If they stay pretty contained the way they are now, perhaps we'll have escaped the worst. But I think people feel it's going to be the former rather than the latter. Anyway, that's just a brief update for you on week 3. And hang around for next week's update on life in the new normal.